for starting a bit late because of technologies. In this presentation today, in this live presentation, I'm going to talk about evidence-based literacy instruction. Evidence-based literacy instructions. And I want to welcome all of you to this live broadcast today, the 3rd March 2023. If you're new, please consider subscribing, liking the video, share it. I know you might watch this video as a recorded program, but all in all, I welcome you. I want to tell you, as I said earlier, I've got a special package. It's a special material booklet, a manual, a guide for children in literacy at the very end of this program. This is the book which I'm selling on Amazon at $29.99 US, which is equivalent to 599 kwacha 21 ngwe on Zambian kwacha. Please stay tuned. I know you would like to have this copy. It's very, very important. So, once again, my name is Wiseman. Wiseman Banda is my name. When we talk about evidence-based literacy instruction, we are referring to teaching practices and strategies that are supported by research and have been proven to be effective in promoting literacy development, especially among young learners. This approach is based on the idea that literacy skills are best learned through systematic, explicit, and evidence-based approach that includes phonics awareness, that is phonics awareness, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. And these are the points I'm going to dwell in much now. Some key points to consider when implementing evidence-based literacy instruction may include, as we said, phonics instruction. What is phonics instruction? What does it involve? Phonics instruction involves teaching students the relationship between sounds and letters. This includes teaching letter sound correspondence, decoding skills, and spelling patterns. Phonics instruction, therefore, is a key component of evidence-based literacy instruction and refers to teaching students the relation between sound and letters, The goal of phonics instruction is therefore to help students to develop decoding skills, which allow them to read unfamiliar words by translating the letter sounds and blending them together to form words. There are different approaches to phonics instruction, but most of all includes teaching letter sound correspondence, decoding, and spelling patterns. Let's look at the teaching children to letter sound correspondence. Teaching letter sound correspondence. Begin by teaching students the sounds that correspond to each letter of the alphabet. You have to teach students to correspond the sound of each letter of the alphabet, the 26 sounds of the alphabet, and their corresponding sounds. Remember, the symbol of the alphabet or letters of the alphabet have got the name and the sound. So emphasize on the correspondence between the letter sound and the actual letter. You can use visual aids such as letter cards, charts, or interactive whiteboards to help students or learners learn and remember these sounds. I still want to welcome you. Please consider subscribing, sharing this video, and liking it. Above all, click on the notification bell. I'm talking about evidence-based learning instructions. Number 2, we said teaching decoding skills. Once students have learned the letter sound correspondence, it's time now to teach them to decode words by blending the sounds together. This involves sounding out each letter in a word and blending the sounds together to form the words. You can model this process for students and provide plenty of opportunity for them to practice. Actually, there is a video or videos which I did on how to pronounce the letter sounds of the alphabet. You may go into my playlist and check for how to pronounce letter sounds. Next is teaching spelling patterns. Teaching spelling. All these come under phonics instruction. These are subtopics under teaching phonics instruction. Teach spelling patterns. In addition to letter sounding correspondence, it's important to teach students spelling patterns. For example, the k pattern at the end of words such as duck and back, sack. This will help students recognize and spell words more accurately. The next point I talk about under phonics instruction is that use decodable text. Use decodable text. Actually, I have booklets which I've developed myself, not to copy and paste, but these have developed myself personally. Provide students with the decodable text that contain words that they have learned through phonics instruction. This will give them the opportunity to practice decoding skills and build the confidence as readers. Provide explicit instruction. Provide explicit instruction. Also, all this comes under phonics instruction. Be explicit when teaching phonics skills and provide plenty of opportunities for guided practice. Use a variety of teaching strategies such as modeling, think alouds, and scaffolding to help students understand and apply their skills. Overall, phonics instruction is an essential part of developing literacy skills in students. By teaching students the relation between sounds and letters, they will be better equipped to read and spell words accurately. This and will ultimately help them become confident and successful readers. Let's go to number two. Number two, phonemic awareness. Number one, we said it is a phonics awareness. Now, phonemic awareness. Phonemic awareness refers to the ability to hear and manipulate individual sounds in words. This includes teaching students to recognize and manipulate sounds in words such as rhyming words, blending sounds, and segmenting. Phonemic awareness is the ability to hear, once again, identify and manipulate the individual sounds in spoken words. Spoken words, while phonics is the understanding of letter sounds representing sounds, understanding the sound which represent sounds, and the relation between letters and sounds in written language. Phonic instruction is an important component of literacy instruction, but it is only effective if students have a strong foundation of phonemic awareness. Here are some of the details on how to effectively teach phonemic awareness. Okay, teach phonemic segmentation first. Teach phonemic segmentation first. Teach students to identify the individual sounds in spoken words. Start with simple words and gradually increase the complexity. Encourage students to use their knowledge of phonemes segmentation to help them decode words when reading. You have to encourage students to use their knowledge of phoneme segmentation to help them decode words when reading. Number two, teach phoneme blending. Teach phoneme blending. Teach students to blend individual sounds together to form words. Start with simple words and gradually increase the complexity. Encourage students to use their knowledge of phoneme blending to help them spell words when writing. Also, under phonemic awareness, teach phoneme substitution. Teach phoneme substitution. Teach students to substitute individual sounds in spoken words to create new words. For example, changing the b in but to a k creates the word cat. Encourage students to use their knowledge of phoneme substitution to help them spell words when writing. Under phonemic awareness, use games and activities. Use games and activities. Use games and activities to help students practice phonemic awareness skills. Examples include I Spy game, rhyming games, phoneme substitution game. Okay, let's go to the next one is provide explicit instruction. Provide explicit instruction in phonemic awareness skills by using modeling, guided practice, and feedback to help students develop their skills. Then, under the same phonemic awareness, reinforce them with reading and writing. Reinforce it with reading and writing. Reinforcement of phonemic awareness skills by having students read and write words that contain the skills they are practicing. This will help students apply their knowledge of phonemic awareness in a meaningful way. We are saying teaching phonemic awareness is an essential aspect of literacy instruction. By teaching phonemic segmentation, phoneme blending, and phoneme substitution using games and activities, providing explicit instruction, and reinforcing with reading and writing, students will develop a strong foundation of phonemic awareness that will help them become confident and successful readers and writers. Let's go to number 3, which is fluency. It's one of the goals, points under research-based literacy instruction. Fluency, when we talk about fluency, we're referring is to the ability to read with accuracy, speed, and expression. This includes providing students with opportunities to practice reading aloud, using strategies to improve reading speed, and developing comprehension skills. Fluency, as we said, is the ability to read accurately, with speed, expression. It also enables the readers to read smoothly and effortlessly, allowing them to focus on understanding and the meaning of the text. Let me give some examples or detailed examples on how to effectively teach fluency in the literacy class. 1. Model fluent reading. Model fluent reading. The first thing. Under modeling of fluent reading for students by reading them aloud. You are supposed to read fluent reading to them aloud for them to hear. Use expression and intonation to bring the text to life. This will help students develop a sense of what fluent reading sounds like. Provide repeated reading opportunities. You have to provide repeated fluency or provide reading opportunities. Repeated reading opportunities. Children must be given opportunities to read the text multiple times. This will help them build fluency by increasing their familiarity with the text. Use decodable texts. Use decodable texts that are at the appropriate reading levels for students. You need to understand the level of your learner as far as reading or literacy is concerned. This text should contain words and sentence structures that students are familiar with, allowing them to focus on building fluency. You have to provide feedback and support. Provide feedback and support. Provide students with feedback and support as they practice reading fluently. Give them the specific praise for their effort and provide corrective feedback when needed. You also have to use technology. Using technology such as audiobooks and online reading programs to help students build fluency is important. This will provide students with additional opportunities to practice reading and hear fluent reading modeled to them nicely. Also, you have to reinforce with writing. Reinforce it with writing. Reinforce fluency by having students to write about what they have read. This will help students apply their understanding of the text in a meaningful way. We are saying teaching fluency is an important component of fluency instruction, of literacy instruction. By modeling fluent reading, providing repeated reading opportunities, using decodable text, providing feedbacks and support, using technology, and reinforcing writing, students will develop the fluency skills necessary to become confident and successful readers. Let's go to vocabulary. Vocabulary instruction involves teaching students the meanings of words, how to use context clues to infer meaning, and how to use new words in their own writing and speaking. Vocabulary is the knowledge of words and their meanings. Vocabulary is the knowledge of words and their meaning. Vocabulary instruction is an essential component of literacy instruction, as it helps students to understand what they're reading and communicating it effectively through writing. Here are details on how to effectively teach vocabulary in literacy class. Explicit instruction. Provide explicit instruction on the new vocabulary words. This includes teaching the definition of the word, as well as its context and usage in a sentence. Use context clues. Teach students to use context clues to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words. This involves using the words and phrases surrounding the unfamiliar words to make an educated guess about the meaning. Also, teach word parts. Teach word parts. Teach students to recognize and use word parts such as prefixes, suffixes, and root words. This will help students to break down unfamiliar words and determine their meaning. The next one is use graphic organizers. Use graphic organizers. Use graphic organizers, such as web and semantic maps, to help students organize and connect new vocabulary. The next one is use word games. Use word games. Use word games such as crossword puzzles, word searches, and vocabulary bingo to help students practice new vocabulary words. Then you have to reinforce the reading and writing. Reinforce reading and writing. Reinforcing of new vocabulary words by having students to read and write about them. This will help students apply their knowledge of vocabulary in a meaningful way. What we are saying is that teaching vocabulary is an important component of literacy instruction. By providing explicit instruction, using context clues, teaching word parts, using graphic organizers, using word games, and reinforcing with reading and writing, students will develop the vocabulary skills necessary to become confident and successful readers and writers. Last, I'm going to talk about comprehension. Comprehension involves understanding and making meaning from texts. This includes teaching students to use strategies such as summarizing, predicting, questioning, and visualizing. Comprehension is the ability to understand and interpret what is read. Comprehension is the ability to understand and interpret what is read. It is a crucial component of literacy instruction, as it allows students to make meanings from texts they have read. Here are some details on how to effectively teach comprehension. Number one, teach comprehension strategies. Teach comprehension strategies. Teach students specific comprehension strategies such as predicting, questioning, summarizing, visualizing, and making connections. These strategies help students to actively engage with the text and improve their understanding. Provide opportunities for discussion. Provide opportunities for students for discussion. Provide students with the opportunity to discuss what they have read. This can be done in small groups or whole class discussions and can help students to clarify their thinking and deepen their understanding. Then you can also use graphic organizers. Graphic organizers. Use graphic organizers such as Venn diagrams, story maps, and cause and effect charts to help students organize their thinking and make connections between ideas. You can also monitor cross comprehension. Monitor comprehension. Teach students to monitor their comprehension as they read. This involves checking their understanding and making adjustments as necessary. They can also provide feedback and support. Provide students with feedback and support as they work to improve their comprehension. This includes providing corrective feedback when necessary and reinforcing positive feedbacks on positive behavior. Lastly, reinforce with reading. Reinforce with writing. Reinforce comprehension by having students write about what they have read. This will help them apply their understanding of the text in a meaningful way. We are saying teaching comprehension is an important component of literacy instruction. By teaching comprehension strategies, providing opportunities for discussion, using graphic organizers, monitoring comprehension, providing feedbacks and support, and reinforcing with writing, students will develop the comprehension skills necessary to become confident and successful readers. when implementing evidence-based literacy instruction, it is important to use a variety of teaching strategies and approaches to meet the needs of all students. This may include using technology, small group instruction, and differentiated instruction to provide targeted support. We are saying evidence-based literacy instruction is a critical component of promoting literacy development in students and ensuring that all students have the skill they need to succeed academically and in life. Now is the time that I said I'm going to provide a special gift to anyone who is online or who would like to have it. Just share it in the comment section. I've got this special gift I'd like to give is Part and Sum. This is a comprehensive book which outlines the how you can teach research-based instruction, research-based literacy instruction. It is a resource booklet which I have got in soft copy, which I'd like to share with everybody. All I'm asking you to do is please like the video, share the video, click on the notification bell, and please, if you have not subscribed, subscribe, and leave the comment in the comment section that you need to have these resource booklets that illustrates what I'm from teaching, the evidence-based literacy instruction booklet. I want to thank you most sincerely for joining me in this presentation. And if you have any question or comments, please leave it in the comment section so that I may attend to it. My name is Wiseman. Wiseman Banda is my name. Until next time, it's bye for now.